The most feared warrior in any battle is not the one who shouts the loudest, nor the one who is physically strongest. It is the one who stands in silence. No trembling, no rage, no doubt. Just a profound, unnerving stillness. This realization didn't just win a duel. It forged a legend and changed the life of a man forever. Miyamoto Musashi, the most undefeated swordsman in Japanese history. Imagine facing over 60 life-or-death duels and never once tasting defeat. It sounds like something from a movie, but for Musashi, it was reality. But what if I told you the secret to his invincibility wasn't his sword? It was his mind. While his opponents charged forward, their hearts ablaze with anger and aggression, Musashi stepped into the chaos with the tranquility of a sleeping lake. His silence was a weapon that shattered egos. His sheer presence made seasoned warriors hesitate, their confidence cracking before the first strike was even made. And here's the most incredible part. These same strategies that guided him through clashes of real blades and the spilling of real blood are just as potent today in our everyday lives. Think about it. Facing a difficult boss, navigating a tense family conflict, responding to an online troll, or simply managing the crushing pressure of modern life. The arenas have changed, but the fundamental truth remains the same. Whoever controls the mind controls the outcome. In this video, you are about to learn the 4 core mental principles that allowed Musashi to remain completely unshaken, even when death was staring him directly in the eyes. This isn't just a history lesson, it's a practical guide to forging your own unbreakable inner strength. Let's start with the first principle. Emotional distance. Picture this. Someone yells at you, accuses you of something, or tries to provoke you online. What happens? Your body reacts instantly. Your muscles clench, your heart starts pounding, and a wave of anger or anxiety climbs up your throat like fire. Most people fall right into that fire. They become the emotion. They fuse with it, letting it dictate their every word and action. Musashi refused to let that happen. He mastered what we now call emotional distance, the ability to observe your feelings without being consumed by them. He described it as watching himself from above, as if the feeling was just a cloud passing across the sky of his mind. He wouldn't think, "I am angry." Instead, he would think, "I notice the feeling of anger arising within me." That tiny shift in language, that simple act of observation, creates a space between you and the emotion. And in that space, freedom is born. In that space lives self-control. You don't have to suppress or ignore the emotion. You simply stop it from hijacking your mind and body. So the next time you feel that flood of emotion, whether it's anger, fear, or frustration, just pause. Say internally, "I notice that I am feeling angry." This simple recognition breaks the spell. It shatters the emotional possession. In that crucial moment, you regain the power of choice. You can decide how to respond rather than just reacting on instinct. Now, let's move to the second principle, something Musashi called foreknowledge. Most people walk into conflicts completely blind, reacting only to what's happening in the heat of the moment. Musashi, however, prepared his mind long before the swords were ever drawn. He was a master observer of human behavior. He studied patterns. He understood how emotions like fear, pride, and impatience affect a person's movements and decisions. His ability to predict reactions before they even happened was his secret weapon. His most famous duel is the perfect example. His opponent, Sasaki Kojiro, was a celebrated swordsman known for his long sword, the drying pole, and more importantly, for his impatience and vanity. Knowing this, what did Musashi do? First, he showed up late, intentionally. He knew this would stoke Kojiro's frustration and ego, making him reckless. As he was being rowed to the island for the duel, Musashi calmly carved a wooden sword from a spare oar, making it slightly longer than Kojiro's legendary blade. When they finally met, Kojiro was seething with rage. He drew his sword and, in his fury, threw his scabbard into the sea, a dramatic gesture meaning he wouldn't need it again. Musashi simply smiled and said, "If you have no more use for your scabbard, you are already dead." The battle was won before it even began. Kojiro, blinded by rage and caught off guard by the longer wooden sword, was defeated in a single strike. You can use this same awareness in your life. Before a difficult conversation with a partner or a tense meeting at work, ask yourself a few simple questions. What emotional state is this person likely in? What is it that they truly want underneath all the noise? And based on their personality, what are the most likely ways they might react? When you anticipate the wave, it cannot knock you off your feet. It's the element of surprise that causes us to panic. Preparation is the antidote to panic. It's the foundation of calm. This brings us to Musashi's third pillar of mental strength, the controlled breath. Musashi noticed something that his opponents were completely oblivious to. When fear and panic rise, our breathing becomes short, shallow, and chaotic. And when the breath breaks, the mind collapses. Control is lost. So he trained himself relentlessly to maintain a deep, steady breath, even in the most terrifying moments. He knew that when you control your breath, you control your nervous system. Modern science has since proven him right. Slow, deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's natural calm switch. Musashi's method was elegantly simple. Before acting, especially under pressure, he would take one single, conscious breath. You can do this right now. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold it for a moment, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. This one simple breath can reset your entire state. Use it when you're in a heated argument and feel your temper rising. Use it right before you have to speak up in a meeting. Use it when you feel intimidated or overwhelmed. That single deliberate breath pulls you out of the frantic fight or flight mode and returns you to a state of clarity and control. It's your emergency brake for a runaway mind. Finally, the fourth and perhaps most profound principle, the clarity of purpose. How many arguments spiral out of control because people forget why they even started talking? They get so caught up in defending their ego, in trying to win, that they lose sight of the actual goal. The fight becomes about being right, not about solving the problem. Musashi never acted without a clear purpose. He didn't fight to prove he was the best or to satisfy his ego. He fought when something essential needed to be protected or a necessary goal had to be achieved. Before ever stepping into a conflict, he would ask himself, "What is my true objective here?" This question becomes your anchor in the storm of emotion. Before you confront someone, define your purpose. Is it to protect your peace of mind? Is it to gently state a boundary? Is it to clarify a misunderstanding so you can both move forward? Or is it simply to resolve an issue rather than destroy a relationship? When emotions surge and the desire to lash out takes over, return to that purpose. It will keep your actions sharp and focused, preventing you from getting lost in chaotic, destructive impulses. Musashi understood a vital truth. The moment your ego takes over, victory is already lost, even if you win the argument. In the end, Miyamoto Musashi discovered something far greater than victory in battle. He discovered that the greatest battles we fight are not against other people, but against our own uncontrolled reactions. His principles aren't just combat strategies, they are a timeless path to inner freedom. A way to live a life where you are not dragged around by every insult, every provocation, or every wave of fear. A life where you choose your battles wisely and often choose the profound strength of peace instead. In a world filled with constant noise, drama, and pressure, the most powerful person in the room is the one who remains composed when everyone else is breaking down. Not louder, not stronger, just unmoved. Because when you master your own mind, your very presence becomes your strength. So take a moment right now, take one deep breath, feel the calm return to your body. Remember, your greatest victory isn't about defeating others, it's about mastering yourself. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more content on building inner strength and resilience. See you in the next one.